And would you know it, it's week 3, day number 9 already. We have finally come to the last day of this week. My name is Trey Saranthus, and I'll be your host here at the Intel Esports Arena. We're going to be diving into this last match day and taking a look at our hot matchup of the week in Renegades and Liquid. Before we do that, let's take a look at some of the other action.
Welcome to the Game Flip Pre-Show.
The Game Flip Pre-Show, that's right, it is here, it is us. It is my crew of wildly gentlemen. Of course, to my left here, I do have my analytic crew. Guys, give your best introduction of yourself, and be true to yourself, too. Don't try to sugarcoat it.
Then use that.
I mean, literally the greatest thing to come out of Norway since brown cheese. Which is delicious. No,
brown?
Yeah. You don't even know about brown goat cheese. Okay, I'll bring you some next time.
I'd love that, actually.
Yeah, all right, there we go. Any case, yeah, no, I've been playing CS since about 2004 and now doing desks all around the world.
Sounds pretty sugar-coated. Take it away, Tim.
I mean, I used to be Denmark's hope in Counter-Strike, and now I'm standing here with you guys, so
things didn't pan out.
That's about how it goes.
Well, that is how it goes, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Of course, my commentary duo here, and Harold and Jason, go to the Intel Esports Arena.
Yeah, and I'm living the life, Trace. Living the dream here.
Yes?
Yeah, Counter-Strike Harry? What about you?
You know, that's pretty...
Oh, this is going to be depressing. Let's go back to you, Trace.
Yeah, that immediately made me more sad than I ever needed to be. But again, it is the last night of the week, and with that, we should probably take a look at some of the matches we have here, because that is what it's all about. You're going to notice that Liquid Renegades to kick us off, sure to be a burner. Both teams on the up and up, a lot of promise on both sides. And then, of course, rounding out the night with Optic, who, well, are trying to find a rhythm within a new lineup, and Ghost scrounging any wins they can get. And with that, take it away, Pimp.
Nah, I mean, we have the standings on our screen right now. We can see Ghost, surprisingly enough, has some points on the board. And that's pretty interesting. They got them yesterday against Splice, and that was, again, pretty interesting that happened. On the other hand, Optic, in the middle of the pack, had a decent start to the season, currently 4 for 2, so it's okay for them. So it's going to be interesting to see whatever Optic can continue their decent, strong start, if you can say that, in Pro League, and whatever Ghost can steal a map more.
Halvor?
Definitely so.
Halvor had something he wanted to add, so...
I mean, it's more about the first matchup than the second one. Obviously, Renegades versus Liquid, 2 really solid teams in terms of form, right? So they're doing really well for themselves. It's going to be really exciting to see. If we finally get to see the Renegades kind of like fully tested, I guess this is probably, well, this is some of the best that NA has to offer in the season of Pro League. So they're going to have their hands full, and we can kind of gauge how good they're going to be long term, I think, off of this matches.
Some of the best that North America has to offer. Period. Yeah. I don't even think that it has to be within online play. I mean, overall, these two teams are trending upward. And with that, again, that is the Renegades and Liquid kicking us off tonight here across 2 maps. And I kind of have to ask, what is your take on either side of this? Because, I mean, we do know the variables on both sides.
I mean, Liquid has been trending upwards pretty much forever, I'd say. It's been going real good for them, especially after bringing in Nafly. We're really seeing that team come to its full potential, I'd say. Winning CS Summit straight away, and also doing well in Katowice, going into the semifinal, losing to Fnatic, who ended up winning the entire tournament. So we can't really put a finger on that lineup thus far. I'd say there's a lot of potential, and there's still some new heights that can be reached. They haven't had time to practice at all, and this is their like transition period where they're at home, they're in NA now. They play these online games, and they actually have time to practice and renew themselves in the sense and be ready for these World Finals of ESL Pro League and the other lane events out there. So I think there's still yet more to show from Liquid, but so far it's just been looking promising. Nitro and the AVP, that's definitely interesting. I guess nobody really saw that coming when kicking JDM and bringing in Nafly, but it seems to be working for them, especially with this potential of 5 riflers, which we're definitely going to see tonight as well.
When you have an impactful player such as Naf, I mean, he picks up a lot of the void. I mean, this guy is able to float around the entire map and get his, kills at his leisure sometimes.
I think the easiest way to put it is like he has a bigger window of opportunity over the course of a game to have impact than what JDM did for that team, because JDM, as we know, was not necessarily the greatest rifler. Was kind of restricted when he didn't have the off in his hands, and Nav can seemingly do everything at this point. He can do no wrong. So for Liquid, that just gives them more opportunities to bounce back or actually stay in games where they get off to rough starts, or just trounce people if they actually do get those early rounds on their side. So yeah, it's all trending upwards for Liquid as of right now.
Trending upwards, and Liquid's not known to go uphill, at least the substance form. We're going to take a look, though, because we had a chance to sit down with Mr. Steel himself. Let's check it out.
We won CS Summit, which is a good tournament to play. The environment is like so different from we were used to it, to playing like in big arenas and big stages. And there was a lot of good teams on that tournament. We beat the actual world champion, which was Cloud9, the major champions, and we beat SK, the #2 in the world. So it was an awesome tournament for us, and our confidence is getting higher because of that. We just came from Ukraine. We were the 3rd place there. We beat FaZe for the 3rd place decider, and everyone knows how good they are. Everyone knows that how strong they can be because their lineups are so good. I think right now, like talking about like mentally strength, we are super good. The addition of Nafly for our team was super good because I think the best thing that he's bringing to us for Liquid is the calmness on the clutch situations, because I think when you're playing Counter-Strike on this level, it's this details that makes the difference. Playing against SK, for example, is always a test for us because when you want to be the best, not only individually but as a team, you have to test yourself and you have to test your team. So if you're beating them like constantly, it's a good sign. Doesn't change anything for me if I beat like SK or FaZe, which matters that they are great opponents, they are one of the best in history, and that's what matters. The gap between the last place and the first place right now in Counter-Strike is so small because we are like living a moment that is so competitive in Counter-Strike. But for my team, for Team Liquid, I imagine that we can go to the playoffs, and I truly believe that we can go to a final and maybe win the tournament. Right now we have amazing stages and amazing arenas for Counter-Strike, like Katowice, like ESL 1 Cologne too. So it's hard to say like which one is my favorite, but Katowice, if it's not my favorite, it's one of my favorites for sure, because the crowd is amazing, the Polish crowd is one of the best for sure, and the whole stage is so beautiful and so like, it's such a pleasure to play here. They're willing to do good and to perform good, like individually and with my team, is the same. Doesn't matter if I'm gonna be playing like in a Brazilian team, or an international team, or for a North American team. I'm always gonna be trying to do my best and to help my team to win.
And just like that countdown, Mirage is upon us. Of course, we saw some highlights there from Katowice that happened just a couple weeks ago, a couple short weeks ago. I guess it was short weeks. It feels like forever ago, but such a prestigious and incredible event no matter what. Very memorable. And for these two teams, I believe that the showing there wasn't anything to hold their head about. Going into tonight, though, Mirage.
Yeah, Mirage just to kick us off, and if I had to put any bets on this is Liquid's map pick. I would be very surprised if Renegades decided to bust it out versus Liquid, considering you know how strong of a history Liquid have on this map. Obviously, they have dropped it versus Energy previously in online games this week, but outside of that, you know, they've got wins over Cloud9. Well, no, not Cloud9, but they've gotten wins over strong teams for the better part of, well, 6 months plus on Rush. So that's home court for them. They shouldn't be really under that much pressure. And for Renegades, it's all about, you know, trying to steal a map away in that sense on the first take of it.
I definitely agree with it. Like, Liquid are known to be great on Mirage and have had a strong Mirage showing in quite some time. But as of most recently, you said it yourself, I am Katowice against Fnatic in the semi-final. They lost 16-7. They were nowhere near in the game. They also lost to Energy a few days ago in online league. So it's a map where they used to be very strong, I'd say. It's a map where you always would give the edge to Liquid, but as of lately, Liquid have seemed to maybe be a little bit shaken. You know, they got back now from a rough period. You know, they got off to a good start. This is where we see Liquid out of their honeymoon period, and this is where we get to see them, you know, being pressured by teams like Energy and actually losing to them 2-0 in the ECS tournament a few days ago is just not okay for them. So it's a little bit, you know, they're coming out of the honeymoon stage. Now they have to redefine themselves and actually find the positions on the team and you know, find the real level in a way where they can consistently produce the results.
Oddly enough, these two teams squared off on Mirage just a few short days ago in that other league. So with that, there was a turbulent CT showing there from Liquid. Of course, Energy picks it up and wins the match. Now, with that being said, where do you guys see this one landing overall?
I'm still going to side with Liquid. Again, I think Renegades, like, even though they have had results on Mirage in the past, I think they're a very volatile team on it. Or they have it in the past. Ustilo being one of the linchpins really on that A defense, for instance, on their CT sides, plays usually very aggressive towards A pit. Yep. And that could be anything from, you know, lights out to lights off, to put it very easily. And that's simply because Ustilo is extremely aggressive, and sometimes that gets the better of him, and sometimes obviously he creates a massive advantage for his teams. But he does seem like the one kind of inconsistent player in the sense on Renegades that kind of destabilizes them on a map like Mirage. I think that could be an issue for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It is Mirage, it is Liquid's going into this one being the favorites. I will say, though, that Renegades have room for opportunity to actually do something, especially if they looked over the Energy match they played yesterday. It wasn't too good for Liquid. The only player who actually showed up after this little clumsy period for Liquid, you know, now they're back in NA, is Twist. He's been playing hearts out these last few matches, and he needs to do that again, because Elise is not on the same level we used to see him on. So it is for Nefly. Like, he had a period where he was arguably a top 5 player in the world, stats-wise at least. Like, he was a very impactful player, and I don't think we're going to see that being continued, you know, going into the future. So we're going to see, like, where these Liquid players actually are at level-wise, you know, in this period, and that's why this matchup is very interesting.
Of course, there are some heavy hitters to look out here for, though, but we will ask our commentary duo to go ahead and chime in as well. Let's see what they have to say as they stand over here to my immediate right. Boys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the start of your day.
Thanks, man.
And ultimately, welcome to the Renegades Liquid Hot Match of the Week. How are you feeling about this one, Jason?
I'm feeling good. I'm worried for Liquid. I'm not going to lie to you there. I think there's a potential upset in the making here. I know Liquid's actually started out slow in some of the online games I've seen, so Renegades has a shot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a big Renegades fan, I'm not going to lie. I think
you say that about every team, though. You're a Splice fan, Ghost
Splice
Gaming
expert,
fan.
You know,
okay.
That's the claim. I think Renegades
picking all the winners.
Yeah, you know, what can I say?
Leave some for the rest of us.
I think Renegades are going to take this.
Right.
I think we could see the series get split 1-1. You know, I'm going to go right down the middle. Pimp's done it enough. I'm going to join him.
All right. Well, let's see how that goes for you. Execute over towards the A bomb site. Frequently when Liquid does this, they push towards jungle, towards window room. We'll see if that holds true. And JKS already getting gooshed up, brought down to 20 HP. He's got to be a bit more passive, but he does get a headshot. Jacob hasn't been spotted until just then. He was trying to hold the trigger, trying to get a better engagement, and just couldn't find it. Alza, double kill for him. Great shot on the steal and the follow-up, and quickly into a 2-on-2. It's been non-stop, and finally now Liquid pauses, which allows Ustilo to peek out from CT spawn. Twist is going to recover the bomb, and he's got a 1-on-2 to deal with. In this range of a fight against the USP is not going to work out well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very back and forth round, but ultimately Renegades are going to be winning it out. Now, I'm very excited for this one, because we get to see, you know, the Renegades roster that everyone imagined would be hurting upon NAF's departure to Team Liquid. Actually, you get to see, you know, are they as worse off as everyone suspected they would be? Now, Liquid, they've gone at 4 Deagles on 3 players, CZs on the other. Nitro going to be throwing the smoke down in towards middle. Try and allow Liege to find some damage here with the Deag. Naf, the ex-Renegade turned Liquid player over here in at Palace. He has got former teammates Jacob and JKS inside of that A-bomb site right in front of him, so has to be a bit careful. But Liquid will have no trouble getting control of mid for the time being. Renegade's just going to hand that over. There is still Nifty in window and Azza over on short, but they've started to wrap up in through connector.
So utility was purchased just to get Steel into connectors safely. Now they just have to find a pick somewhere. They need to force people into the space, and there it is. Steel pounces. They're occupied, and he's going to have a decent flank coming in. Azza, is he going to be aware of Steel's position? Yes, but he can't win the fight anyways. Goes down, the SMG not doing work, and now it's all on Ustilo out in the open with the M4. But that kill comes quickly, so he's able to get back into the bomb site, swings out wide, traded by Twist. Another 1-on-2 for the young guy. A chance to win this one. Jacob is far away. He's on a very big flank. And oh, that's a great shot right in the face. It's only Jacob left, and like I said, he is on that flank. And if this gets spotted out, Twist is going to have plenty of time. There's no kit on Jacob. He's going to have to start moving fast, and it looks like Twist, maybe not necessarily aware, but he's hidden himself away from the other angles, and he's just taking the gamble. The timing, is it with him? It is. Twist wins a big one. 3 kills for him, starting it out with the Deagle, finishing with the M4, and the response from Liquid is very strong.
Yeah, Twist has been so key for Liquid. I mean, he's kind of been the one who's shone for them in a lot of these matchups. And he replicates that. That second shot with the D, Jason, that was mesmerizing. I don't know how he was able to do that. But Renegades, now they're in a spot where they have to try and force buy on up. Nifty hasn't got anything. He wants to go for an AWP in the future round, so he does forego anything here. Jacob and JKS down in connector. As they're over on short, it's going to be a very mid-focused defense right now from Renegades. Liquid, though, rifles across the board. They're going to be finding this quite easy as they start to walk on out. That smoke facilitates these players taking control of the top of mid. And Renegades don't have any way to respond to this just yet.
No, they really don't. No one overextending from Team Liquid either. There's going to be an opportunity for Renegades in connector, and how does Elige want to handle this small gap in that smoke? Doesn't allow him to clear it fully, but can see to the left. Nitro is going to push through it. Jacob should be able to get the response. That's a great pop flash. Double kill for Nitro. Well timed. The utility usage from Team Liquid is on point. Nifty's going to go down next. Peeking off catwalk, that is the bomb, but surely Ozza can't hold them all off. Talk about Twist as someone who's done great for Team Liquid. Nitro has been stellar recently as well. He's got a triple in this round, and you still are going to grab that AK-47, but has to fight his way out. 7 HP. Naf has him pinned down. Now Molotov going to come out, and he's got to fight in there, and he's just going to burn. 2 in a row for Liquid, and that should put Renegades back onto pistols with no armor.
Yeah, this is a shot for Steel on that MAC-10 to make some money. Everyone else keeps the rifles, of course. Actually did go down in the previous round. See where they're thrown over to. Okay, USP's going to be able to find one. Actually, lots of damage found over here in mid. Nitro desperately trying to claw things back, but he is tagged down low. 3 of the players right now for Liquid aren't looking too healthy. Jacob is going to go down over here in middle. It's all on JKS, but he could definitely look to do some more damage here. 2 of these players are dead.
It's one of those rounds from Team Liquid where it was like they swung out mid to fight, and they're just like, oh, they all have USPs. This should be easy for these AK-47s. And then they realize they get dinked up, and they realize the danger almost for Renegades. As you said, 3 players very close to death here. They did spot JKS out as well. Twist saw him. He's going to get dinked as well. Nitro's going to finish things off. Should be getting a gun round here in round 5. Renegades going to be light on what they can purchase, but they do at least have an AWP on Nifty.
Yeah, we saw him saving for that into the 3rd round. A warp out for Liquid. Not a team that necessarily needs one. Raf early on over here in middle, going to be trying to take control. The swings do rain in, and that's going to keep Azza away. In response to this, Nifty going to reposition over here on short. But Ustillo's fallen in B, and they're just going to look to try and brute force their way into the site. First missed shot from Nifty. That's allowed Nitro some ground to work with. He's going to be forced back off the short angle. 4 on 5, and if they don't find something soon, you imagine a save call is just going to come on in. Yeah, everyone's very hesitant to go for this. Nifty's going to start to fall away from short.
I was going to say, someone's going to have to come help Nifty get out. That's a great shot. Naf was in perfect position to take the gun away from him, but fails to do so. The M4 is here in connector as well. That's on Jacob, so maintaining presence in mid to allow space, and now he's going to be the one alone instead of the AWP. But regardless, I don't think Liquid's going to be too dedicated to chasing these guns down. That save call came out quick enough to where Renegades can set up in great positioning to prevent the loss of more weapons, but they do lose a round because of it. As Team Liquid's starting to spread things out. But good economic decision is going to allow Renegades to have another go of it into the next round, into round 7. Or, excuse me, round 6.
Yeah, and it's good they keep all 4 players alive. There are some situations where you see teams go for like a similar call, and then a few of them get hunted down towards the end. And that's where it's kind of really devastating, where you know, you've made the decision to save, but then you don't hold anything for the for that rather awkward call. But they have been able to get a buy together here. Nifty kept the AWP obviously from the previous. He's going to be peeking into mid with it, although the Insidri denies him. He's peeking over that smoke, but there's only one man over in mid. That's Elige. The majority of Liquid players are currently making their way into this A bomb site. JKS, he's going to fall at the first hurdle. Now Nifty, the barrel's been spotted. Nitro goes hopping over, does manage to pick him up. Azza and you still are left alive, and once again, 2 on 3. It looks like they might be forced to go for a save here.
I think they're actually going to go for this one in a 2 on 3. It's a doable situation, especially with the flank coming in. It is from Azza, who they knew was in mid, and he's got 23 HP, so it feels like Ustillo might let him try and make a play. And just now, yeah, you can see it strikes as he backs away. Just now the call comes in to save. Don't want to mess with it whatsoever. So another round for Team Liquid. Fast-paced rounds early on in this T side for both of them. A very quick hit towards that B bomb site. This time it's pretty quick towards A. And Liquid has done a solid job of getting a lead and keeping the money low. Renegade's going to have to try and bounce back, and the question is, will they be able to have an AWP? Is anyone? It looks like Azza may be trying to wrap down mid to go salvage it, but he's not close enough as the bomb blows up, so tough times for Renegades ahead.
Yeah, Liquid, they've taken a commanding lead early on. It's largely on the back of plays from Twist and Nitro right now. They're the two really stepping up. Elige yet to find his footing, but it doesn't matter just yet. Not while Twist and Nitro are doing this well.
Yeah, when those two guys are on the front line and they're having success, and these are their scores, obviously Elige isn't going to have a whole lot to do. He's 0-4 at the moment, but Liquid's had so much success in the entries that they've taken these bomb sites very cleanly, and we've seen 2 saves. So Elige set up as one of the guys who comes in a little bit later, wants to fight in the open space, wants to fight towards the end of rounds to clutch things out. Hasn't even been getting involved just because they've given up in most of the rounds.
So once again, Liquid going to be going for this mid presence, taking this early on. Renegades don't really have much to say about it. They have got Jacob and Ustillo over here in connector. Azza was over on short, but he's just gone ahead and departed. Falling back in through CT spawn, looking like he's going to try wrapping into window perhaps. Liquid now going to be smoking off Azza. And this is going to leave the pressure onto Jacob and Ustillo.
Much slower round though, and there's still 4 Molotovs in the favor of Renegades. That could be a disaster whenever Liquid eventually does decide to go. They haven't applied too much pressure, but they are maintaining mid presence. They are keeping Renegades honest here, which means that B rotator, that support player at the B bomb site, has shifted towards window room with 2 players at top connector. So Nifty is all alone with that AWP inside the B bomb site. That's a good start. That's a player in halls. That's a second one as well coming up. Catwalk, and he's going to add a third onto it. 1-man army with a 4th. Nifty has done it all. 16 HP. Nitro would love to take some guns away, but surely he can't. Just going to walk into the crosshair, but does get the kill. Denies the ace at the very least. But what a round from Nifty. All alone at the B bomb site, surrounded with 2 different angles. Does a very good job of positioning himself for some pretty safe kills.
Yeah, it's his 4th one. I think that was onto Naf at the end. It was just a spectacle to see. He's feeling it early on, which is good. You know, Nifty and Naf were kind of one of the power duos of Renegades. So to see him turn on his former brethren there, it's always a bit heartbreaking for the hardcore Renegades fan. But then again, Jacob is family now. I think that's how it works within this roster. Already, JKS opened up. They keep pushing on through, but they've already lost Nifty and JKS, but there is still a man here. It's Jacob. New boy onto the Renegades now. Going to emerge. He's able to find 1 and a second. That's the bomb dropped, and now it's Naf. 1 versus 2. He has to try and smite down one of his ex-teammates and his replacement within this Renegades roster. So now we get to see who is best in this clash of titans. Naf versus Jacob over here towards A. Wrapping around through Palace. Fittingly enough, he was kind of once the royalty of this Renegades roster, so going to emerge. Jacob currently sitting beneath him. Naf's going to discover it. Doesn't give anything up too soon. Now drops down. He's been able to find one. Still has Ustilo left to contend with. Bombs out in the open. Plenty of time left. And Ustilo's wrapped round into CT. Ustilo's going to find it. Peeks on out. Able to drop him from the round. And that'll be Renegades on to their third. Ustilo keeps it cool and collected in the one-on-one. And locks in a third round for Renegades.
Yeah, nice rotation from Ustilo. Naf actually never even seemed to consider the CT spawn stairs as a potential place for danger. Utility all used towards connector and stairwell and never looking towards the left. Doesn't matter though, Liquid got 4 players killed. Even in that loss, they're still in a pretty decent spot. Still have Renegades on the verge of being reset, so this is a big round for the defense. If Renegades can stabilize here, can still turn this into a half in their favor. But Liquid still, even with that win in the previous round, Liquid does a great job on the entries. It's that 4th player, it's Jacob alive in the bomb site, who really catches them off guard. They got 3 kills, and they didn't think there was a chance in hell that a 4th player would be there. And he ends up being the cause of their doom. 2 players at top mid for Liquid. Going to be a mid-round mid-control. You can see them both creeping up together. Pop flash going to come out for Jacob, and actually that nade is going to be quite nice. Actually, not too bad. Twist manages to get behind cover, and the pressure has forced them out of connector. That's where Naf can potentially pounce. Not picking his fight just yet, waiting for a timing. Utility being spent towards Catwalk. 4 players in mid, and there goes the lurk. There goes Naf and Palace. That's not a great loss to take. Doesn't accomplish a whole lot. JKS gets in with a clean kill. Elige has made his way up Catwalk. It'd be a great time for him to come alive. Azza, he's there to support, and Liquid is out of utility.
They've only got the flashes and the Molotov on Steel, but he's going to go down. Elige keeps forcing on through, and Azza's going to be onto a second. Jacob's here to support, and it is just that crossfire between Azza and Jacob that lock in a 4th round for Renegades. Liquid there, starved of utility over in mid, left them with nowhere to go.
Yeah, they didn't get enough done with the first round of smokes and Molotovs, and I mean, when you try and hit Catwalk at that point in the game, especially considering the amount of times we've seen Renegades play 2 players at that connector position, they're ready to peek towards Catwalk and help out. And if there's not going to be a smoke there, it's just going to be so easy for them. Fast-paced play towards the B bomb site. Smoke is going to shut them out. Nades ring in, Molotovs as well. 1 player on Catwalk, 1 player inside the B bomb site. The office still not out for the primarily Australian team, the boys of Bondi Beach. Liquid's going to play this one pretty safe, hoping that the Deagle on Elige or on Twist can open something up.
Yeah, those are definitely the names that you'd want with the Deegs. Elige creeping down through mid. Has yet to spot anything. There are players in connector. And Nifty is over in window. It's Naf creeping on out. He's actually managed to get out past ramp for the time being. JKS just looking away from it has afforded him a small window of opportunity, but just as you kind of bring it up, Jacob just going to miss him on the peak. $40 left on the clock, and Liquid now been given a small window of opportunity, perhaps to head up into connector as that smoke fades, but they're going to try falling back and boosting up into window. Jacob has yet to spot anything over in middle. Keeps missing the timings. Now he's gone back. That's the bomb drop. Jacob shuts down 2 before Steel is there to answer back with 1. JKS locking down the bomb site from CT and Elige. And Steel left alive. Steel's going to be taking damage and finished off by Azza. Elige gets nothing done with the Deeg, and it's a clean round from Renegades. They needed that quite crucially. Now it's going to be 5-5.
Yeah, but they've got some money now on the CT side. They're going to be fine with everything. He can pick up the op. Not this round, but in the next one if they choose to. Seems like all the guns are all spoken for at this point. Liquid need to get back towards that more aggressive style they had. Doesn't necessarily have to be fast-paced, but this kind of mid-control, this drawn-out mid-control, using a lot of utility, hasn't yielded them results. They found themselves really in tough spots in the late round situations, running out of nades. And they are going to pick things up. Jacob on top of balcony. He gets dropped by Nap. Good clear of the corner, and JKS, he gets nothing done. Just some damage. Can't even complete a kill. Still is here. Spots one going towards CT spawn, but can't really get into any fights. Going to try and spray through the smoke, prevent the plant. And another round where Renegades is going to choose to save. 3 on 5, and they're already locked out of the bomb site. They're just going to give it up. No reason to get close. Renegades have played very conservative with their economy in these types of scenarios throughout this half. They're going to have to do it again here. I don't think they'll necessarily need to drop any weapons, but it's going to start hurting.
Yeah, I kind of like how Renegades have been playing a lot of these rounds, you know, knowing when to commit to the save and when to try and go for it. Because, you know, aside from when Liquid won the anti-eco and, you know, the rounds that then ensued, I can't really think of many times that we haven't seen Renegades have a buy on the board. And I think a lot of that comes down to these decisions they've made and how cleanly they've been able to get away with saving when they have gone for it. This round here, they're going to be buying up. The AWP is out for Nifty. And, you know, I mean, NAF was kind of attributed to a lot of the success for Renegades. You imagine that might spur them on to try and claim a victory here that much more than your average online match.
Well, the AWP is back out. Nice pop flash is going to yield 1 kill, and Nifty is going to fall back. It looks like he wants to go for another fight, but wisely gives it up. Meanwhile, 2 players, Steel has walked out of ramp. He's got Nitro here with him as well. They beat the smoke also, so they can turn this corner, and Jacob's not ready for it. Didn't even realize they were up in front of it, and there's JKS inside the bomb site. A second one, and Nifty here as well at the stairs. Able to bail his teammate out, and JKS just doesn't even need to peek. Nitro's gonna retreat back through this smoke. 1 minute remaining on the clock. They're getting wiped out of this round. They've got to do some damage. They had the economy in a sore position, but 4 players surviving for Renegades would reverse that. Put them right back into a strong spot. So the bomb's still down. JKS transferred over towards underneath balcony. That's gonna make it much more difficult to eliminate him. Creates a very nice crossfire with Nifty with that AWP. There's the kill, there's the peek, and the flick over. 6-6 all tied up. This defense holding strong down the stretch. Another bye for Team Liquid that they'll have to get through, though. Certainly this will be a bye for Team Liquid.
And I mean, this game has been very evenly split. 6-6 right now, but a chance for Renegades to break the Liquid economy here if they pick this up, and perhaps we might see something faster as they stack everyone up over here towards A. Twist can be throwing out 1 solitary smoke down into middle to keep the attention of Renegades there. Looks like they are just going to go for a set piece in towards this A bomb site, trying to keep things fast and keep Renegades on their toes as they switch the pace up here. Going to be JKS and Nifty to hold off, but Nifty down in CT. This is such a strong position for him. The first few smokes start to rain in. Nifty takes the peek. Missed shot on out now. They know that he's here, and the AWP going to be ringing that dinner bell. Liquid all looking in towards CT. Yet to find anything. JKS holding. There's a gap in that smoke, and that's netted him the first onto Nitro. Nifty hasn't spotted anyone yet. JKS tags down Elige, but Jacob's going to get found. We are back into a 4-on-4, and Elige keeping the pressure on. It's this rotate in through T-spawn from Ustillo that could make all the difference.
I think that was a designed gap by Team Liquid. I've seen them use it in the past. This time it backfires with the kill going the other way. And there's a great response from Twist. 2 quick kills, the transfer over, and a final one as well. He's showing up in a big way in this game. It was his 1 versus 2 in the second round that got Team Liquid started. He's continuing it with the AK in his hand. 1 more buy for Renegades before they're going to be back down to peanuts. Great round from Twist overall. This second one is a thing of beauty. He's getting tagged up from the side. JKS was having to be patient. He was locked into that corner for a lot of the round, and you can see no utility on Azza, just a CZ on Jacob as well. Nice leg shot from the AWP is going to temper Elige's aggression, especially the follow-up Molotov. Elige wanted to come right through that smoke and attack. But certainly they're going to have to change something up. Someone else will have to be the initiator. 7-6 for Team Liquid. Big, massive bodies moving up catwalk. That's exactly where Nifty is. He's rotated very well in Steel. Gonna come right through this smoke. Ooh, that timing. I think he's gonna get taken out. No, they don't see him either. He's gonna have a flank on this B bomb site, but it might not matter. Double spray from Azza. That's beautiful. Steel needs to do something before it's too late. There's one. Doesn't spot the follow-up, and almost the spray lands. It's just Twist. I mentioned he won a 1 versus 2 earlier. Can he do it versus 3? No. Silo slides out to find that. All tied up. Trading rounds as this half comes to a close.
Yeah, the victory there for Renegades comes at a real price for Team Liquid. They can get a buy here, but it's not going to be perfect. 3 rifles in play, very limited in terms of the utility as well. Already Naf's taking aggression over here towards Ramp. Elige once again going to try and go for this play down short, only this time they're caught out of position. Nifty's going to fall, and he does turn back around. Asa's going to trade, and actually with a second, he's going to keep on going. Holds down the Forta connector. Finally finished off by Twist. Naf gonna fall down at Ramp, and suddenly 2 versus 3. Twist and Nitro both over here in connector. Twist gonna go ahead and wallbang JKS down. Nitro's starting to seep on in. It's Ustillo in jungle. Jacob on Tetris. Just waiting for Liquid to make the move.
Neither of these players from Renegades have kills in the round, so they might be confused as to their exact location. Now, they'll know from hitting tab, Jacob is a player at A usually. Here's the peek out a window. You still are going to spray them both down. Timing not with Liquid. That'll give Renegades the advantage going into the second half, although half they won pistol. I think they might be a little bit disappointed with that result overall. Some very good rounds. Twist showed up with big impact in a few of them. This crucial 1 versus 2, a couple triple kills. Nifty was stellar at times. This is about what we expected. Liquid as the favorite, but Renegades, surely with their improvements recently, can put up a fight, and they're doing just that.
Yeah, I think this is... I mean, just look at that, like Nifty coming in swinging 12 and 10, top of the board, 111 ADR. That's pretty terrifying, I think, if you are Liquid. Nifty is, you know, was kind of one of the carry guys along with Naf back in the old iteration of this roster. He's definitely showing up.
I think that's probably the biggest nightmare for Team Liquid at the moment. more terrifying than anything that Nifty is doing is the fact that Elige is at the bottom of the scoreboard. 4 kills for him, less than 40 ADR as well. He needs a better second half. 3 players here at the A bomb site. Some crossfire set up. Sandwich underneath the balcony. And one back towards the triple box. That's Twist. Smokes are all lined up, but they're in front of each and every one of them. Good opening kill from Twist. Naf being patient. There's Elige with 2, and they can't get into the bomb site. They cannot cross anything. There was a line drawn in the sand, and Renegades not able to get over it. And it's just JKS. 1 versus 5. He's going to go down.
Yeah, and a few kills there for Elige. Maybe a chance to remember.
It's always nice to have a good pistol round to start the half out.
And nothing gets the confidence going quite like landing a couple of headshots in the pistol, and Elige definitely did well to stay alive there. This time, him, Steel, and Nitro, they've gone for the MP9. Elige's going to get tagged a little bit there on the cross from Ramp. That was the Deeg of JKS, just finding some chip damage early on. The rest of Renegades heading over towards B, but they've actually changed their mind and gone in through lower tunnels. Ustillo is in a curious spot, up aggressive here. Has Steel on the other side of this smoke. They're going to try boosting Azza up into window. There isn't actually anyone here to keep an eye on it, so timing going to be everything for Liquid in this scenario. Do they discover the man in window? Or does he beat them to it? Elige going to go walking to his demise. So he just stumbles on into the crosshair of Azza. That's the man advantage taken here for Renegades. Now they've got control of mid and window. So they've secured a decent foothold here in the map. What are they going to do with it?
Well, that kill forces Twist to rotate out of his position. It also forces Nitro to push down ramp just to be safe. It's a really, really awkward thing to have to deal with. Twist is going to watch towards CT spawn. He's waiting for the indication from Nitro that someone is actually coming towards A. They're clearing out B as well. He's still going to turn the corner down very, very low. Red HP, but Nitro's position is given up, and Twist, he goes down as well. This is a nightmare. Bomb down out in the open. Nitro has to be cautious behind him, but now Naf is involved. He's gotten one. They're trying to salvage and steal from Connector. Is able to distract them long enough for Nitro to pounce again from A ramp. And Renegades, they've done great. They're going to get kills, but they're not going to win the round. Naf and Nitro both survive. No plant as well, but that was a close round. At one point, a 5-on-3 in the favor of Renegades. And it does feel like Elige is missing some timing, maybe a little bit out of it. Rotating back towards window room, not being as cautious as you'd like.
And Azza also made a lot of extra money in that round on the back of the MP9 he was able to retrieve. It's going to be a waterfall in towards A, though. No time to reflect on the previous round. It's a mowdown from Nitro. Naf finishes off Jacob. And then Elige swipes in at the end. So a quick, clean round from Liquid. But now the buy comes in. Easy Street is officially over. And Renegades, what are they going to bring to the table?
We shall see. 5 AK-47s, plenty of utility as well for the Australians. I don't know, they are running out of smokes very early on. Feels like this is going to be pretty fast-paced. Ucilla gets blinded, trying to come through the smoke. He wants to push in a connector through the smoke that's there, but he goes away from it. Bomb is being picked up in T-spawn right now. Ozza going to get boosted up again. Remember, this worked on Elige in just the previous round. He's got to be more careful. He's at top connector. No one spotting for this. Certainly someone from Liquid realizes the possibility. Maybe not. This is a long path to have to walk, and I think Naf might just find him if he keeps going forward. He's not. He pauses. Ozza going to get the greatest backstab you could ever want from a T side. This is going to be huge, though. Twist is hiding, so he won't be exposed. It'll be the players in connector. It'll be Elige. It'll be Nitro, who are left in a tough spot. There goes Elige. Twist still hiding inside the bomb site. They should know he's still there, and Nitro's got to manage two different angles. This is beautiful. This is 2 rounds now. That boost has completely wrecked Team Liquid. The first time they were able to recover, but not twice.
Yeah, Naf is going to stick around a little bit, but Azza still down in CT. Got to finish him off. It's just Steel left alive, and saving the MP9 is very grim compensation in this round, and you might not even get away with that. Players hunting him down. Ustillo is here. Jacob comes in to reinforce, and Renegades are back in with a ninth. They keep 5 players alive as well, so now starting to accrue some money here on the T side. Now that was an attempt at the bonus round from Liquid. They can get the AWP out here as well onto Nitro if they so desire, which they will.
No, but certainly in one of those rounds, you want to be able to put up an actual defense. You want to take some guns away from Renegades. That's one of the benefits of having a bonus round, is that as long as you do damage, you still, in a way, win. And the fact that they didn't do any damage whatsoever, that turns that into a pretty big loss, all things considered. Elige not ready for Ustillo, but for some reason Ustillo didn't spot him out, but gets an instant kill onto Naf on Catwalk. But there it is. One of the stars, Elige standing tall in connector, able to get a double kill. Not even touched quite yet. And look at how isolated all the Renegades players are. Ozza in these B holes. Nifty in mid. I don't think he spotted Elige jumping in through underpass, so he'll have a big flank coming in. And then JKS over towards Palace. This should be a pretty easy kill. Elige hears the footsteps, so it'll take a little bit longer to find that. It's going to be Twist over at A playing retake.
Yeah, this positioning from Elige could be massive if he spots the bomb. I mean, all the information he's got right now does indicate this A play, and it's cleared out apartments as well. So look, they've rotated Steel on round, and what was an A retake is now an A stack with Elige coming in for the backstab. Nifty's going to fall. It's JKS and Azza with Elige ready to pincer in. There is no hope left for Azza in this round. He'll be finished off. Liquid move forward on it to an 11th. And a bit of a recovery there from Elige in that round. Started off with a nice double kill here. I mean, if he hadn't have found these, it would have been a very different round. Let's not forget, it was you still had to find an opening kill onto Naf up on short. He didn't actually take any damage either from that original engagement. It was Elige, luckily enough, who hauled that back from the depths.
Yeah, I mean, if Elige had gone down there, the round would have essentially been over. It would have been a pretty clean win for Renegades, I think. So he hasn't had the greatest game, but the rounds where he's showed up, Elige, I'm talking about, has been great impact. So fair play to him. Here comes a hit, pop flash over. Twist can't handle it. Nitro does clean off that kill, but now he's just got to survive. He's got AK fire coming everywhere, misses a shot onto Ozza, going to go for the follow-up, nails it. And now Elige wants to get out into the open. Molotov going to slow down the plant. All good things for Liquid so far. Buying time, and Elige isn't blind whatsoever. Nifty runs right into the headshot. Nitro still being a nuisance. They know at any moment he can pounce up, and Elige is all on his own, taking every fight possible. He's brought Jacob very low. Now it's JKS's turn, but he can get nothing done, and Naf cleans things up with a double kill. That's no more money for Renegades. Team Liquid on the retake, just suffocating. Not giving Renegades any room to breathe, any room to operate.
Yeah, now there's a really good chance for Liquid to find themselves 13-9 up. There's no investment here for Renegades. There's something would have to go disastrously wrong for them to find success in this round. It looks like initially going to try a play over here towards B, but it's aggression from Elige down ramp that's going to net them once again. So much information early on. For someone who wasn't looking confident at all in the first half, he's definitely started to find his confidence once again here in the second. Because this is not the sort of play you'd expect someone who's not really feeling too great to be making. Obviously, he knows he's only up against pistols, but still, it is a risk. Stick around, and okay, spots a lot of players here. He's been able to get himself 2 before the trade does come in.
Been watching some fur demos, getting highly aggressive with that SMG on the eco rounds. Pad the stats, get some information, a couple kills as well. All good things. From here, there's no real win conditions for Renegades. 3 on 4, they have 1 SMG, 1 smoke, P250 on Ustillo, but the map is shrinking. Steel has a big flank, and once again, as soon as Renegades hit this A bomb site, there's going to be 3 players here. 40 seconds left. There goes Nifty. All that's left is to march up the ramp to your doom, and here comes Ozza. Going to drop the smoke right in the middle of the site. Hopefully be able to run the gauntlet and get the plant down, but it's not going to work. The worst game of American Gladiators ever played. And now comes the question. This is, I mean, a few times they've been flanked out heading towards this A bomb site. Once by Elige, now by Steel. Is Renegades going to run a default or go fast pace? Are they going to look to stop that kind of aggression on the extremity? They're getting shut down on this T side. They've only won 1 round in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very close first half, but this second half has been more clean cut for sure. Renegades now looking to try and disrupt that. 3 players over here in mid. They think that's where they will find their answer. They're going to start to make their way out. No one there from Liquid. They give it up and they're not looking to challenge. Nitro's actually got aggressive over here towards ramp with the AWP. Bit of an unusual position for it, but
it's effective. You can get 1 kill and fall back. We've seen plenty of oppers have success with it. Probably the most famous of which would be Fallen, although it's probably true of a lot of different positions. 13-9. Elige toying with this smoke. There's a timing to this play. Another smoke goes in towards window, and Elige is going to fall away. Flashbang blinds Ustillo and Jacob. They wanted to make the move there. There was a gap on the left side of the smoke. Elige should know there's 2. Nifty as well working up catwalk, and it looks like they want to split this B bomb site. 3 up catwalk. JKS is going to join up late. Steel's got a lot to do, but he does have Naf here with him, and Twist finds an opening. 25 seconds left. This hit has got to be now.
yeah, it's going to come in towards B, but already Nafi spotted things out. That's the bomb dropped. Rotations now start to come through. 15 seconds, time ticking down, and well, Steel, Naf, and Elige, they are unfaltering. They managed to mop that up very, very quickly, regain control for Liquid. They're onto a 14th, and now there's no money for Renegades. They're faced with an awkward decision, and it looks like they're going to partial buy into this round so they can get a full one in the next.
Yeah, they should have the losing bonus pretty much at full, or maybe at 4 rounds, if not. Which means next time, potentially the last chance they'll have in this map, they'll have a very strong buy. They need that ult back in Nifty's hands, something to create an opportunity for them. They've been starving of those. These last few rounds with the HE grenades, Liquid has been great at dealing some early damage. Again, Ozza and Jacob naded down to about half HP. And Steel being aggressive is playing cleanup. He's got 2 through the smoke now. It's a good kill from Azza. Liege not ready for that. Smoke gonna plume though. Surely they'll try and boost up to get that weapon. Molotov gonna try and prevent it. And it's spreading a little bit too far. Steel should be able to get an ace here. He does. All 5 kills for him. Most anticlimactic 5 kills you'll ever see.
Well, you know, an ace is an ace, no matter how you come to get it. For Steel, that is just going to be a nice little stat pad round. And want to try and build up his confidence that much more. Renegades, they have a bye here, and this is it, their last chance in this map. They try and keep themselves in it, and they think they're going to find solace in this A bomb site. There is Steel and Elige already going in with mid-aggression, and Liquid, they've been so good at finding this information early on. Twist isn't checked, they've gone right by him. How's he still alive? Finally gonna get found and doesn't really get too much done. Now the smoke's gonna look to accompany this play in from Ustillo and Jacob. Liquid are being forced back, but the boost up. Steel's able to go ahead and find one. JKS, meanwhile, in the back line at B, looks to complicate matters. Nitro's gone down. Elige, though, in the meantime, he's just found Jacob inside of the site. That is the bomb drop. They start to double back to B. They're going to come to regret that, as Ustillo is now onto another.
I guess maybe they don't realize
I don't think they realize that they've dropped the bomb.
Yeah, no, I mean, that spray was through smoke, so I guess they just never saw it. I thought they would have. And with that play towards the B bomb site to lurk on towards Nitro, they've kind of outthought themselves. So Renegades are going to be very confused as to how they find themselves an advantage in this round, as Liquid need to make their way back towards that A bomb site. Elige running low on money, but there's enough funds on everyone else to be able to drop, and I think Liquid should be going for this one. Not out of it just yet, although that plant going down now. Spam coming through, dealing damage as well, brings Ustillo down to 39 HP. Steel's going to look for a kill, but if he doesn't get one quick, they might just have to give it up, and yeah, Naf grab the AWP and just fall away. So Renegades finally get their second round of the half on the board. They're going to be up towards 10. This will have to be a 6-round run in total for Renegades if they want to force overtime.
Yeah, we saw the success of Renegades hit a bit of a declivity there in the second half. Maybe they've started to turn things around. They need 5 more. As you said, it'll be 6 in a row. Also, Jason, keeping up with the trend, just used the word of the day.
Which
It means declivity. It's a downward slope.
Declivity.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I don't know how you say them, but as long as
So you're doing a word of the day and you don't know how to pronounce it.
No.
All
I
right.
could very well look that up, but you know what? Now would be the perfect time in the tactical timeout, because the Renegades, they're probably flicking through a book as well, the strat book, trying to figure out how it is they want to approach this round. It's an all or nothing kind of situation. Every round is that from them now, as they look to try and pull back the first map of the night to overtime.
Yeah, and it's not also, I mean, obviously now with the point system that changed, I believe it changed last season, not just a point of pride to force overtime and not get blown out, it's more points for the end of the year to keep your standings, to keep your rank up to make it into those playoffs. So obviously important to get there eventually. Nitro's got the AWP. Towards the A bomb site, playing a ticket booth. Twist is here inside the bomb site, the anchor. And Steel has been aggressive essentially this whole half in these B halls. And Renegades really haven't been able to deal with him too much. He's had a lot of success. He is out of utility though, so I think as this smoke starts to fade, as it comes to the end of its life, we're going to see his dot on the minimap fall away. Mid control coming in for Renegades. Liege in a good position, but Azza a better play. Now going to push in towards Connector. Great map control gain by just that one frag, and Steel now is rotated over towards Catwalk. Going to try and return the favor. It's Ustillo going directly underneath him in the underpass. This A bomb site is about to be under a lot of pressure. No more smokes, no more Molotovs for Liquid. It's got to be just straight brawn, straight skill to bring this round back into their favor. Smoke coming off. There goes Twist. And Nitro's up on top. He's exposed to the world. That's a great kill on a Nifty. Gives them a chance. But his teammates are all dying, and now the fire certainly is going to be a disaster. And there goes Naf. They know exactly where Nitro is. The no-scope works out. He's causing economic damage. Very small chance he can win this. Those flames aren't reaching him, and just unscopes at the wrong moment. The spam coming in from different angles. Renegades still alive with 11. Now the economy for Team Liquid starts to become a factor.
Yeah, they've bled at that once. Once rich Liquid economy dry, they're only able to get one last buy in here. Double up setup comes through. Nitro and Naf picking those up. Naf taking one over to short. Nitro stays true to his roots over on that A bomb site. And you can see the Liquid, they think the answer is going to be to go for a more proactive role in holding mid. Renegades have been able to take this very early on, almost for free in a lot of these rounds. But in this round, that's not the case. And Azza, he might discover this as he starts to make his way out through lower tunnels. Timing will be everything. How much longer does Elige hold this angle for you? Imagine that flash going to force him off of it. So now Azza's in with a shot to maybe find something. Elige just came into view there for a millisecond. But it's just a standoff here in mid between these two players in lower tunnels and Elige and Connector. They're now going to start to concede control of mid the way of Renegades, and the timing couldn't be better for them. They've got out for free. Two players over at ramp, one in Palace. It's going to be the A split.
It doesn't matter if they have mid control. I mean, it's not ideal for Team Liquid, but the real reason why they've been losing some of these rounds, Elige has gotten picked off in window twice by Azza specifically. He's got to be much more careful, and the fact that he's still alive here is going to mean a lot down the stretch. When the smoke clears, there will be a firefight. They're waiting for it. The op holding the angle. Nifty's going to dry peek it, and he stops just short. Great kill from Twist. Elige coming through the smoke is going to even things out in a 3-on-3. He's going to go for more as well, but JK has a brilliant response. Just in time, he finds that kill. It seemed like surely he would go down, and Liquid, they have a choice to make. Steel's here, so he's going to go for something. And Naf finds it over towards Palace. JKS, as good as his play was earlier, that's a big mistake. Molotov out towards Nifty's position, but Naf being blind might not be able to capitalize on it. Nifty's out into the bomb site. Smoke going down top steps, and Naf is going to back away quickly towards underpass with the op. 15-12. Renegades on a 3-round run to start making overtime a little bit more possible.
Yeah, it's been a really good showing in the second half from Azza. I mean, let's not forget, it's really Nifty who's gone pretty quiet in the team. I think it was 13-11 he finished the first half with. Maybe, no, it was 11, I don't know, something. One of them two. Point is, he's either got one or three kills. He's had a great second half. You know, so he's been... it's been falling off, which is not what you want to see. Azza has done well, though, to step up in the meantime. Naf is the only man with anything into this round. The AWP saved forward. He's going to take that early on over into mid as he looks to try and make a play to kickstart some success for Liquid, but no one is there for Renegades.
Up on Naf is towards the B-bomb site. It's in market. Not very mobile. And Renegades just doing all the same stuff that has gotten them to this point. How many times have we seen these comebacks get crushed and ended by upgraded pistols, P250s, CZs? And Renegades rotating around right towards the stack. Elige on top of the balcony, Nitro underneath. But Naf and Twist are both just now rotating away. Here's going to be pushing towards Palace, the wide swing. Great kill. Does Renegades move up ramp while this all goes on? They're going to try to, and still players from Team Liquid are dedicating themselves towards that B bomb site. Elijah's gotten into the site. The AK on Nitro, he's low HP. He can't do anything. This CZ has to do some work, and it can't find the kill. They're just back in action now, and NAF. It rings true. The bomb is down. 15 seconds left. This has to be won by Renegades in a missed shot. Jacob, though, trying to get away before being taken down, and that might be it. They have to recover the bomb, and Nitro strikes from Palace. It's happened again. Heartbreak City for Renegades. Nitro finishes it off. A comeback for Renegades, but a victory for Liquid. They steal it away.
Yeah, it always seems to be in the rounds where they've got so little to work with. Success is found. Liquid, they managed to close out map number 1. It took them a little while, but they ultimately denied the comeback from Renegades and win out this first map.
In stylish fashion, we're going to go to a break, and in equally stylish fashion, we'll have the analysts back when we return.